Astrology. This is the astrology of Dion Fortune, Master Occultist. And wow, look at this. I don't think I've ever really noticed this. There's no red lines in her aspects, and it's just this nice like triangle and sextile here. So we do have the birth time for Dion Fortune. I mean, contrast this to Esther Hicks. I just did Esther Hicks's chart. Contrast this to Esther Hicks. This is what I'm talking about. Okay? This is a true spiritual teacher. Now I'm excited. Let's start here in the North Node. She's got heavy emphasis on Gemini and Sagittarius, and the ninth and the third. She got the North Node in the ninth, house of spirituality, religion, travel, learning, higher education. Pluto and Neptune are right there moving, and they're moving, even though they're retrograde, we say they're moving towards the North Node. Neptune being the planet of spirituality, and she was into magic and ceremonial magic. So we could say with that Neptune, you can see Neptune and Pluto, the planet of the occult, very much into hidden information. And they're there together, and they're on the North Node in Gemini. So that really, you can see in the ninth house, it really brings together that kind of combination of Jupiter and Mercury. And this is why she's so intelligent, or you could say this is part of the reason why she's so intelligent. The ruler of that is Mercury, and it's in Sagittarius. So we're coming back here to Sagittarius. Sun in Sagittarius, Venus in Sagittarius. So people must have really liked her, like in real life. She had that nice Sun-Venus combination in Sagittarius. Often when you see the Sun and Venus together, on the surface, people like you. You're likable with that Venus. People say you're money, she's money, or he's money. Dion Fortune was money. And from a personality standpoint, we see Uranus here, 29 degrees in Libra in the first house. So often when you see Uranus in the first house, you see a truly Uranian person, and it's at 29 degrees, the critical degree. So this is definitely a unique person, someone who thinks differently. She thinks outside the box. You can see with being involved in ceremonial magic and starting the Inner Light. I think it was called the Inner Light, Society of the Inner Light. Somebody not afraid to stand apart from society. She's also, I consider her close to being an anarchist in a way. So anarchy is associated with Uranus. It's making a trine to Mars, which is in Aquarius. We have Jupiter here in Aquarius. So we have some heavy emphasis, even more with this Jupiter, Mars and Aquarius, some more heavy emphasis on Aquarius, and it's there in the fifth house. That Mars is in the fifth house. So you can see she's really driven to show all those qualities. You see like the way she dressed and the jewelry and the clothes. Very much not afraid to put out there what she was. See Jupiter here in the fourth. You could consider that maybe Jupiter in the fourth, so it's a a strong Jupiter on the angle. You can see here, so we have Uranus and Jupiter on the angle. Even though she doesn't have Uranus and Jupiter in an aspect, both of them are on the angle. You can look at it that way. And we see Jupiter. Jupiter likes to be above the chart, above the horizon, in the day, in the day portion of the chart. Here we have Jupiter in the night portion, the fourth. So she really was a teacher of the dark rather than the light. According, it just as the perception, from the perception of the public. Now, like I said, she started the inner light, the inner society of the inner light. So from the perspective of most people, it was the dark. The dark you see in the darker side of the chart. She's a teacher of the dark, but really she was a teacher of the inner, the light, the inner light, the true light. You see the ruler of her chart here is going to be Venus, and it's in the third. You see really the emphasis on, you can see different people have different house emphasis, and you might see second house, like some of the other charts I just did. You need to see her. She's interested in thought, and you can see Jupiter rules the third house. She's interested in advanced thought. Jupiter being there in Aquarius, scientific thought. Making a trine here to Neptune and Pluto. She's interested in scientific and religious thought coming together in unity, creating what she would call the truth. What's the, this chart reveals somebody who's interested in truth. Not, is it science or is it religion? They come together. They come together to reveal what is known as truth. Moon in the 12th, Saturn in the 12th. So definitely someone who's more, there's the more emphasis on spirituality. You see it's trining that Neptune. Someone with Moon in the 12th is interested in spirituality. They're interested in the public. They're interested in being, a public figure who's a very empathic person. Moon in the 12th. Saturn there as well, an empathic person, but someone who can bring that practicality that Saturn in Virgo brings to her empathy, to her teachings. I think I'm going to leave it there for now. If you see anything in the chart, feel free to comment below. She's got this nice, one more thing I'll mention here. She's got this nice Pluto-Mars trine and Pluto-Jupiter trine in air. I have the same Mars-Pluto trine in air on the other way. She's got it waning. I have it waxing. And it's definitely, it's known as an aspect, somebody who's can be interested in the occult. And I think it kind of goes with people that are just teachers, that are successful, they're ambitious. And, people that have that aspect, they're good researchers. They're good at interpreting and analyzing things. I mean, I could see some evidence in my own life for myself. And my grandfather had the same trine. My grandfather actually, I think, had the same exact trine as Dion Fortune. Isn't it interesting that my grandfather had a trine between Mars and Pluto in air, and I have a Mars-Pluto trine in air, and my father has a Mars-Pluto conjunction. And it's interesting how you can see family genes play out in astrology like that. But I'll leave it at that. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I have many more videos on astrology, and I'm going to do many more videos and comparisons on charts and charts analysis. And I hope you have a great day.